Hello, Gravy Timmies, and welcome back to the 7 Days of Sadness, a interesting mini-series within my series where I'm trying to get every single achievement in Hearts of Iron 4. A utterly fruitless idea because they just keep adding more. But anyway, I am bound to my promise of giving you 7 days of straight uploads for making it possible by hitting a like button on a video, even though likes don't do anything. Subscribers do though, and at 760k, if I hit it before this 7 days is up, yeah, I'll do another 7 days of madness at some point. Not straight after this one though. But this is definitely the 7 days of sadness today because I have to play Greece, something I've not been looking forward to. If you've watched my tier list, you know that I'm not a big fan of the Greek focus tree, and even though people keep saying you do this, you do that, I still think it sucks. Alright, also in the last game, I said that I was gonna mess around just because I'm fed up of seeing democratic Germany. We're gonna put Germany down their normal historical path. That way we won't just get everyone joining Germany's alliance in Europe, and we might see a bit more action and not just gigantic hug box. Okay, so sadly there are a couple achievements that we need to get as Greece that we can't get in one video, which is fun. But the one we're gonna go for today is, that's right, I swear I'm not a Byzant. I'm already hating it. Yeah, Greece doesn't have the best tree. We all know about that. Alright, so usually the Greek focus tree, obviously not being the best, isn't, you know, exactly that excruciating to reform Byzantium, but the fact we have to do it with historical focuses off means anything could truly happen. I also know it's a little bit tricky to get the Byzantine thing to fire. We need to go down here and do a specific event, but first off, we need to put the king in handcuffs, because he's kinky. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go down, force the farmers into the factories first, and get down to the bedrock of Balkan financial stability, which, yeah, that's a lot of 70-day focuses. How fun. Because then we get one off-map civilian factory for every country in the Western Balkans, the Eastern Balkans, and the Northern Balkans that has a high friendly opinion of us. This also applies to Austria, Czechs, and Turkey, so probably a lot of factories going. Yeah, there's also a similar one over here where you get a mill and a civ, but I'd much rather just get all those civilians straight away than get like a couple just from like 4 people. This is gonna be way stronger. Also, don't tell me Pirates didn't know exactly what they were doing when half of the Greece flavor and focus and stuff to do revolves around paying off debt. So we're gonna pop this one now and we will see how many civilians that actually gets us. Oh, and I was worried about getting invaded by the Italians, but the Italians are busy fighting themselves. Ooh, that's not too bad. That got us up to 22 civilians, which is more than enough to promptly take down Turkey. Also go ahead and boost up our war support by sending a attach A and then getting partial mode. That'll give us a couple more and we can get started now with actually forming Byzantium. Damn, okay, so our leader died. I think he had a war support modifier, so we do have to go down one, but we'll go to early mode anyway because, yeah, we only lost one civilian from that because I got this guy, Emmanuel Tesodiros. Perfect. Okay, there you go. We have the EEE now in charge, which, it's an interesting hat and mustache combination. And now to form Byzantium, all we need to do is take out the Turks. Problem is, that is easier said than done. I think what I'm going to do is hold the line, like, right here, and then wait for them to funnel in and try to get an encirclement here, and then push back out, reverse, you know, yeah, well, that's the plan. I don't think it'll actually work like that. I'm going to do something radical. It's called invading Bulgaria because I don't think they're going to be guaranteed by Italy this game. Yeah, because Turkey is guaranteed by Romania right now, I think if we take out Bulgaria, then puppet them, and then go in on Turkey, we'll be much better off because then we could just walk into Romania after. Just as I got that war goal, Germany just went to war with the Czechs and the French, who have, by the way, gone naughty, and so have the UK. Bit of an interesting one. Yeah, my army should be no problem for the Bulgarians at this point. They are very weak, and I doubt they really have much to stop me. number one! There we go. So we puppeted Bulgaria and took their industry, and now we are going to prepare for the big one. By prepare, we're just going to start it. Did get a lot of equipment from the Bulgarians too, so we can actually get ourselves a couple more troops out. Well, that's good. Romania didn't actually join, so we don't have to worry about them. And now, like I said, the plan is to get the Turks into this province here, if they'll be dumb enough to do it, and then invade around them. Well, yeah, that plan that's definitely going to work. Destroying that, which once again, we're going to walk out and let them walk back in. They fell for it a second time. They don't really seem to be learning the lesson here. I could do this all day. People, if they lost... yeah, that's quite a bit. Come on, they just threw 4 divisions in there. Yeah, don't mind if I do Turkey. Yeah, I think that should be more than enough for us to now just easily roll on in. That might put a bit of a wrench in the works. As Greece liberate Albania while being at war with Italy. So that was an achievement I wasn't planning on getting. Neither was dealing with this naval invasion. Be too bad though, because they've taken all of their forces from Anatolia by the looks of things, and they've whacked it into Greece. So this could be the breakthrough we needed. It was actually my Bulgarian troops that defended Athens and actually saved me there. So that is Turkey dealt with, and we can now click the button and boom, we are the Byzantine Empire. There's the other achievement. Perfect. Now, problem is, I can't deal with the Italians, and my idea for getting friendly with the Germans to join their faction, then deal with the Italians, is going to be a little bit difficult. I'm going to declare war on Romania, who's guaranteed by the Czechs, who the Germans are at war with, and maybe they'll let me in their faction then, because right now, it says they're allied with Turkey. They're definitely not allied with Turkey. Okay, wish me luck that this works, or else I'm absolutely screwed. Oh? They are closer. Maybe if I just... I can't even improve relations with them anymore. Okay, they might invite me, though. Okay, so now we're in the faction with the Germans. Perfect. We can just call them into our war, which they won't join. That's just perfect. Germany. Because they've got dangerous borders with the Italians, I assume. So maybe if I take out the Romanians and move over there, they should be better off. What? Why did Bulgaria just take my land? Okay, well, I'm going to have to hit this button sooner than I thought. I think the Germans, there you go, they have joined against the Italians. That is great. So as soon as I annex Bulgaria and kill Romania, I'll go over there and deal with the Italians. I didn't realize that in turn, Bulgaria actually stole land off the Germans. I was too preoccupied with the fact they stole my land. But there are some really good little resources down here in Macedonia that would come in handy. So thank you, Bulgaria. Yes, thank you so much, Bulgaria. The front line fun in Italy right now. I just saw an event that said Italy just left their faction with the Turkish, joined the South American one. They literally just swapped sides, which now means we need to capitulate Portugal to end the war. I don't even know when this happened. I think what I'll do is I'm just going to leave the Italian front for now, and I'm going to go ahead and get ready to invade Portugal, because I'm not at war with the French or the British like the Germans are, so I'm going to wait till they meet up down here, and I'm just going to go through them. Peace accomplished. We want to make sure we get everything we can off Turkey, and we get it incredibly cheap because we have cores on it, and then we want to just grab all of Romania, which I actually can't do. That's kind of funny. Nice. Except Spain is fighting me for Transylvania. You are occupied by the Portuguese for that entire war. You cannot speak at the table. We go. Another achievement unlocked. Istanbul is Constantinople again. I also took a couple of the Portuguese colonies, and we got our way over there into India if we ever need to fight, which I doubt we probably will. Hey, we got peace with the Yugoslavs and Czechs now, but I don't think I'm really going to be able to get anything, which is really sad, because then I can't do my events to get cores on all this stuff, essentially. Yeah, not exactly the prettiest of borders. Rushed every single brain cell and manpower I had available to rush Rome there, and I actually managed to get it, just in case they get a civil war, but I'm not too sure if they do when they're communist. For some reason, I'm having to invade Tripoli, because it's a core state. No way is this a core state as well. Okay, hold on. Let's see if I just take Sardinia. Oh god, I'm gonna have to go to Ethiopia. What is for this achievement? I need to have Italy and Romania and the Soviets under my control. that's going to be a bit of an issue if I can't hurry up and finish off the Italians. The effort is just to get a collab on them, and hopefully that is enough to get the extra percentage we need to quite literally finish them off. Really can't like wait around any longer. We gotta go to war with the Soviets, and we gotta make sure we get them puppeted, or this is ogre. Thankfully, they have capitulated, and we can get some war score on China, who is keeping the war going. How are we gonna get in there? Collab, please finish this war. It worked. Okay, there we go. So we've puppeted Italy, which is pretty much all we really needed there. And then the last thing we need to do is release Romania, obviously, and have Russia as a subject, which we can do by getting some war score in this war, hopefully. Down here was definitely the play. Whoever thought it was a good idea to go fight in Siberia, some bad news for you. It's definitely very annoying that I've not been able to do any of my triumph decisions, as I'm pretty sure this gives you cause on all of the stuff. And Germany's been a real good ally, that's all I can say. Yeah, maybe I should get rid of them before, you know, we end off. I haven't looked at the New World this entire game, and it's pretty funny, Germany. I just realized that the US is at war with Great Britain. And that is what they've been doing all game, I assume, because Britain, I think, was at war with the Allies with France and stuff too. And that is why they just own bits of land over here. But yeah, none of them have been able to really do anything against each other, except ain't gonna, yeah, you know, you just never look at South America. We're up to 19% war participation, which should be enough to get the Soviets puppeted somewhere. And I'm not really gonna be too picky where I choose. There you go. That is what we want. I don't know why it's right commissioner Russia though, but now all we need is to release Romania and we should be good. Alright, if I unpause, achievement unlocked. Nice. Most certainly gonna be interesting. I don't know if we're gonna be able to win this, but we're gonna give it the old Rambler try. Best part is we do have some sort of natural defenses here, because we do have these puppets that I'm not gonna annex or call in, so we should be fine. We are up against the Horde as usual. If we can outgun them in the air, take that out, we should be fine though. We are beating them in the air. Last I checked, 2-1, which is very, very good, and we are outproducing them 2 at this rate, as I am replenishing my fighters. Also, a lot of the AI is just spam attack me, but the bad thing is, at this point in the game, it doesn't really equate to too much, because they're just gonna keep spamming out more units and planes. This is what it takes. This is what it takes. We're up to all adult serve already. They got 2 to 3 million manpower sitting around, and I'm gonna take it from them. It's been a little while, and there are 13 million dead Germans, and pushing is no problem. Times, you know, when they tell you to get up, go experience other things, they're right, because that's what I did. Can't be staring at a screen all your life, little Timmy. I also have a 90% collab on the Germans in that time, so we should capitulate them pretty easy once we start getting a few of these big VPs over here. There we go. You may ask what it took. 14 million dead Germans. Oh, Poland's also back. Now all we need to do is once again take another visit to Iberia, capitulate them, and we are done. Took a little while. Also, the Polish declared war on me, and they're in the US faction, so I just deleted mine. I'm going to join the British one, because I've noticed they've managed to actually have a landing over here. Also gonna go ahead and annex our subjects so that we can finally click the button and get some cores. You know, finally grinded down the Americans. Took me a while to get like a good foothold, because I had to fight up here and there was like no supply, but I did notice that the whole time the British and the Americans at war, the casualties are absolutely disgusting. They've lost 7 million to the British, and the British have lost 8 million. They were just grinding on each other this entire game. Yeah, imagine just being in a death war with the British, and then you get told that the Byzantine Empire has reformed and is now rolling across the countryside. Yes, the hidden secret province of the Roman Empire. Ohio. We are complete. Alright, well, that was actually a pretty fun game, even though I ran out of focuses about like 6 years ago. This is a very small focus tree. And again, it's not very fun. Yeah, a little bit better this time around, but I think that was just down to the non-historical part of the game going a bit wacky, and I kind of got a lucky war with Turkey and Italy. And yeah, it is also very fun to just death war a country when they just endlessly throw their manpower at you and you just roll over them in the end. So I gotta say, this Byzantine game was a lot of fun. It just wasn't at the expense of the focus tree. I kind of had to make my own fun here. But don't worry, we have to come back. We need to go ahead and do the Megali idea one for Greater Greece, and then also the Greek Civil War one. Wow, 2 fun things to do. But yeah, either way, I hope you enjoyed the video, little Timmy. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below to carry on the 7 sadness days of pain, because we're running out of days now. And gotta hit 760k like I promised. We'll get another 7 days of madness. Blah, 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 blah. Can we just talk about the fact this guy looks stupid?